Walsh, your friendly saxophone teacher, with another playthrough for you. We are on page 3 of Rubank Elementary, lesson 2. And this is the first time we have a rhythm other than whole notes. We now have half notes. I'm going to play everything through. And at the end, I'm going to go back and talk about anything that might need to be mentioned. So you always have the playthrough first. Okay, let's get a nice tempo going. Not too fast, not too slow. Okay, this sounds good. All right, are you ready? Let's do number 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Okay. Number 2, don't forget those half rests. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Okay, number 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Let's go to number 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? All right, number 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Okay, number 6. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Ready? 2. Ready? 2. And we don't have to wait through the end. That measure rest is empty. Number 7. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? And for the duet, I'm going to use audio I've made already. So here is that audio. And 1, 2, ready? Rest and okay, so let's go back and let's talk through some things that we need to know on page 3, lesson 2. I always like to do the playthrough first so that once you know what I have to say, you don't have to keep listening to me say it. So let's look at number 1. On this page, we only had one page so far, which is lesson 1. And I don't normally talk about articulation yet in that page because we're just trying to get notes to come out and be steady notes. So it's kind of too much to think about in the first week. But now we do have to talk about articulation. I made a video about it, so I don't have to rehash everything here in this video, but on every single note on this whole page that you're playing, you must articulate every note. And I would say with a D sound. So if you listen to how I play, you're going to hear da, 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 da. Now, it's not a harsh sound. You have to hear it and know that it's being articulated, but it's not a really loud, accent. It's not like pow. It's not like that. So go check out the video. I'll try to put a link to that video in the description down there so you can get right to it. Or if I'm really fancy, I'll put it in the credits if I can figure that out. So, but you'll have access to it. So watch that video so you can start practicing articulation. So I think that's the first thing you need to know on number 1. The other thing is we have a new rhythm. We have half notes for the first time. So as a review, whole notes are just an empty circle. I used to hear it called a goose egg. Okay. And half notes are an empty circle with a stem coming out of it. So there's a line coming out of it. The line that comes out of it, I mean, it's not that important, but the line that comes out of notes, it wants to be as close to the middle as possible. So if you have a note that's on the 5th line of the staff, that top line, the stem that's coming out of the note isn't going to go up because that'll take it completely out of those lines, the staff. So it's going to be sort of centered. But we don't really need to know that, but I've seen people be confused. So anyway, so a whole note has just an open circle, and it's 4 beats. In quarter notes are the beat, so it's 4 beats. The half notes have a stem coming out, and they get 2 beats. If you listen to my metronome clicking, you're going to hear 1, 2, 1, 2. But for the whole notes, you're hearing 1, 2, 3, 4. Get used to that metronome now. It is your friend, I promise. Okay, don't be scared of it. Get used to that click now and learn to love it. So let's look at number 2. This is also a new symbol, the half rest. On page 2, lesson 1, we learned a whole rest. A half rest looks almost exactly the same. What's the difference? The half rest is this black bar. It sits on top of the 3rd line. The whole rest hangs down from the 4th line. We can see an example of that in exercise number 6 if you look down here. In exercise number 6, measure 3, here's the half rest. See, it's sitting on top of line 3. Here's the whole rest hanging from line 4. But the truth is, you kind of don't even need to know what it looks like as a difference, because in measure 3, there's something else in there. There's a half note in there, and that's got to add up to 4. So the half note is 2, the half rest is 2, that adds up to 4. So if the only thing you have in a measure of 4/4, or common time, like you see in the beginning there, same thing, common time or 4/4. If you don't have anything else, it must be a whole note rest. Okay, so 4 beats in that case. In exercise number 3, we have a new note for you. That's F. Now, I made a video also about how to finger all of the notes. But if you haven't gone there, just remember it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's your pointer finger on the right hand. Don't confuse that for the middle finger. This is F natural. If it's middle finger, that's F sharp, and we don't have any sharps yet. For exercise number 4, we already heard it played through, but just keep in mind it's 2 lines. So it's kind of a long one for you. But I would also say let's breathe every time you have a half note rest. Those are good places for you to breathe. Take big breaths when you have a half note rest. And then if you need a quick one, go in between 2 measures. In exercise number 5, we have another new note, which is E. And I'll remind you that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think that's it for that one. In exercise 6, it also has 2 lines, but I played it so you know what that sounds like. You've got a half note rest and you've got a whole note rest. And you can listen to it. I think you get the gist. In exercise 7, lots of half note rests. I think that's what they want you to focus on. In exercise 8, there's no rests, so you're going to have to breathe. Remember, you're breathing by taking up some of the note before, like a really thin sliver of the note before, but the next note you're trying to get on time. I have to work on that too myself sometimes. I'll be listening to a recording and an entrance won't be exactly on time because a breath took too long. So the entrance has to be on that metronome click or right on the beat, so your breath can't go over into the beat. Okay. And the duet is just a review of the notes that you just learned. I think I would say in this, since we're going down into lower notes, as you go down into lower notes, even just from a C down to a low F, low E, your jaw needs to start moving more open. The jaw opens up. As the jaw is opening up, you're going to need more air. And it's only a few notes away, but there's a difference between C, like middle C, and low F. In fact, there's a difference between G and F, even though they're right next to each other. So from one to the next, like you're moving your jaw down by like a hair. Imagine like a piece of hair right where your teeth are, and you're opening by that much in order to get the new note to come out, even though it's just right next to each other. So that will help you with low notes when you start moving your jaw. And the air that you're using has to fill that space. So you're opening more, and you should take a deep breath when you've got low notes coming in. Okay. If you need help with that, I would say do all the notes you know from here as if it's a scale. So do, E, F, G, A, B, C. It's like a partial scale. Go up and down with those notes and listen to see if they all come out. Are you moving your jaw as you go, or is your jaw kind of just doing its own thing? It has to move with the notes. So that will help these notes to come out. But also, if your notes don't come out, low F, low E, if those don't come out great, if you're squeaking and squawking, that happens in the beginning. As you're getting stronger with your facial muscles, the muscles around your mouth, when your muscles get stronger, you can do more things with your sound. You can get notes to come out when you're stronger. If all you have right now is the jaw to move around and not muscles, there's some things you can't do. So you've got to be patient. Just focus on notes and rhythms for a while and let your muscles develop and get stronger. So I don't yell at anybody when they make a squeak or squawk. I'm usually saying, don't worry about it. It will get better. So I'll say that to you as well. Like, there's no point in being hard on yourself. You just need to put more time into playing the instrument. Your ultimate goal at this stage is 30 minutes every day. Every day. Uh, if you can't do that, doing like 15 minutes 3 times a week is still going to help you improve. It's you have to think about it like exercising, like maybe running or so. Like if you never run and you don't even walk, you don't do anything, you just sit and eat potato chips. If you all of a sudden want to run a mile, you're going to be out of breath. You're going to be huffing and puffing, red in the face. You have to ease up to be able to run a mile. So you start with maybe walking around the block 3 times a week, and then maybe you add one more time. It's the same thing with practicing. We are using our muscles, so gradually increase the time, and you're going to see your muscles get stronger, and that goes hand in hand with good sound. All right, I wish you luck. I hope this was helpful, and I'm going to keep making more. So if you're in this stage, just stay tuned. I'll be doing the next page/lesson soon. All right, happy practicing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.